love of the ocean can be traced back to the early days when he and his family spent many holidays at the Jersey Shore. These summers would eventually lead to his parents' retirement to the lovely shore town of Wildwood. It was not until around age 12 that Drake first went to sea. He was an apprentice on a small trading ship to supplement the family's income. The ship traveled up and down the East Coast, bringing saltwater, taffy, and custom-made t-shirts to all of the seaside resorts. Okay, so what do you think? Is that a trustworthy source? Well, let's see. I might be wrong, but I think Sir Francis Drake was from England. And also, I don't know if like retirement communities were an idea back then. I mean, I know they still had old people, but, so let's say I'm a kid who is just doing research for a paper on Sir Francis Drake, and I search for Sir Francis Drake Explorers or something like that, and I find this website, and I look at that, and I think that that's true. Well, and I wanted to show you quickly that this actually is a website. It's not like purposely misleading. It is because we wanted to make a point about finding useless information even in a site which looked at first to be fairly well put together. All of the explorer biographies here are fictional. So they developed this as a tool to show that not everything you find on the internet is true. Now, if I were just a student wandering around and I didn't look at the About page and I just took it at its face value, then I might think, oh, this is a trustworthy site. So knowledge is power. Give the power of knowledge to your students. I've done enough talking about innovation and technology. Pictures speak 1,000 words, so I wonder how many words examples speak. I want to share with you some teachers and students who are truly innovating through technology. Now, have you heard of or maybe watched the SAG Awards, the People's Choice Awards, the Golden Globes, Grammys, any of those? Raise your hand if you have. I've watched one or two of them. Okay, so there are lots of award shows. They're all designed to celebrate and market movies and TV shows, actors and actresses and their work. And I have to say they do a great job when it comes to creating all of these awards, but who says that teachers aren't as glamorous as movie stars? Yay, teachers are as glamorous as movie stars, and they all certainly work twice as hard. What do you think? Do you work harder than movie stars? I think you do. So we educators can use the same approach to celebrate teachers and students, the superstars of education. So we can celebrate just like Hollywood does, minus the biting fashion commentary. And many teachers create wonderful personal learning networks to share their work with others. So many students produce wonderful and imaginative work. So when it comes to technology and celebrating students and teachers, it's a celebrate good times. Come on, it's a celebration. I momentarily forgot the words there. The EduBlog's annual awards for Best Blog has the idea of celebrating these teachers who are creating innovative work. So I wanted to share with you some of these innovative teachers. So starting out with Mrs. Yawlis's 3rd grade class. Here we go. So the reason I really like this website is because it has a lot of innovative things. It has high quality video, it contains some assignments for students to look at, to see pictures, there's lots of multimedia. So this teacher is really into getting students involved with the blog, getting students to create content, and I think that it's important that students understand that they can be contributing members, that they can share their work. And so it's really a great idea to showcase such blogs and to showcase such innovation so that others understand this is something that we can do. This is something that can be replicated in our classroom. Another great one, oh, and I'm sorry, did you all see that on the screens? Can we get my computer, the Ustream computer, up on the side screens again? I'm sorry about that. So innovation can really be found in every corner of the internet and every corner of the globe. And so this one, for instance, has news bulletins, it has script readers, it has videos, it has quotes. There's just so much multimedia, and it gets, again, students involved. When students are involved, when it's not just the teacher at the head of the room sharing information, when it's the students who are sharing their knowledge, bringing that all together, having them share, that is really important. And then I've shown you quite a few teachers. What about a student? So another great one I found, Civil War Sally. Has anybody seen this blog? Okay, well, this blog was set up by a girl and her teddy bear. So her teddy bear, she brings it around and learns about the Civil War and at different sites, Gettysburg, etc., and posts blogs about what they've learned and go visit schools to share that information. So students can really do great things when they're empowered with teddy bears and technology. So here are those are some examples of innovators, but now I want to hear from you. How do you, or what do you do to innovate in education? So I want you to turn to your left and your right and ask each person, what do you do to innovate in education? If you receive no response, scold them loudly and extract a resolution to do better next time. Then tweet in your answer. If anyone has their devices up, go to Twitter and tweet in your answer, including @AdoraSV in your tweet. And then, since I won't be able to check that right now, I just want to collect that. But also, go to the microphones. You will see that you have microphones on either side of you in those aisles. Please remain in your main cabin. We don't want you going over to first class. I'm trying to imitate the plane safety. Okay, and then in order for me to see what you're chatting about, and then, is anybody on Ustream? So the reason I want you to go right here to ustream.tv/channel/AdoraSVTalk with your laptop or video-enabled cell phone is so that you can text in your answer if you are too shy to walk up to the microphone, or if you would like to have that on record. And you can, oh my goodness, I'm seeing my own face on there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so chat. Great, and I'm seeing some questions already. So you can text in right here, what are some of the things that the person next to you or what you do to innovate in education. You can also walk up to the microphone to tell me what you do or the person next to you does to innovate in education. So get talking. Ask them, what do you do to innovate in education? So you can go to the microphones at either end to tell me, what do you do to innovate in education? Or what are some of the things you think should be done to innovate in education? Is anybody brave enough to speak? Okay, then I'll come through the rows and ask you myself. Okay. Yeah, so, keep on forgetting I'm on microphone. All right, so if you can go to ustream.tv/channel/AdoraSVTalk, you can text in over here. So for instance, I innovate through so-and-so. Or the person next to you innovates through so-and-so. Okay, do we have anyone here? Yes, go ahead, please.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I wasn't sure if the microphone would be working right away. I have to say that probably the thing I do is take something like real simple that normally you would just do like with a paper, pencil, worksheet or something, and try to get the concept across by allowing them to use technology. I love, for example, like Comic Life, let them make a comic book or something. Just another way for them to do it, and I find they just get so much more engaged and motivated that way.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing. Could we have over here, please?
Hi. We use iPods, and the first use was to catch people up on exams if they missed them. The second use for that would be special learners who can use their own pace and go through an exam at their own pace using an iPod and listening to the teacher read it. The teacher reads at one time. We have 9 iPods. 9 kids can go into the room and take this exam at their own pace.
Great. Well, thank you very much for sharing. Do we have anybody else who would like to share quickly? Well then, congratulations on your work so far, and remember that opening doors for student achievement is a journey and a pathway. So leave a digital footprint instead of a carbon one. Pave student pathways with your vision, build paths with your passion, smooth out paths with your understanding, expand them with your devotion, and extend them with your wisdom. Although technology is not always a smooth ride, that's where fixing potholes comes in, and it provides teachable moments and helps you look not just at the technology, but also the right attitude. I read an article in which Ohio's schools were ranked number 5 in the nation. So are you ready to be number 1? Shout yes if you are. Are Ohio schools ready to be number 1? Yes! That was very faint. You must not be very dedicated. Why don't you do that again? Shout yes if you think Ohio's schools are ready to be number 1. Yes! Great! You must help us learn today because we are the leaders of tomorrow. The path that you build must become a long and healthy road, leading to doors of opportunity for the 21st century student. Unlock your students' full potential. Open doors for student achievement today. Thank you very much, everybody. It's not over yet. If you have questions, I see some questions in here, and I see some also innovations in here. I use Twitter for my personal learning network, following colleagues in their work. Great innovation. Innovation education is reconsidering what learning spaces look like and how they should change. And I see some questions here. So if you have any questions, you can also go to those microphones. I'm going to answer questions over here. I channel these strengths when I teach via video conferencing, through my presentations, through talking with students, and I really try to have it be pretty personal, being able to come close to the students through that. So another announcement that I want to make is I will be doing a book signing, if you see on your flyer. I will be doing a book signing directly after this at booth 323, Logical Choice. I will be signing books, and I will also have a featured speech opening doors for student achievement in the model classroom. And by the way, the signing books is raising money for the Haiti relief effort. I'm donating all the proceeds to that. And I will be at the interactive video conferencing sandbox teaching acing the state writing test to a classroom I'll be connecting with, and that's on Tuesday. So please take a look at that. You can see more of me at eTech Ohio. Thank you very much. Are there any other questions that I can take? Questions? Now, teachers, I found, like, when I talk with students, students are usually the ones who ask the most questions and raise their hands the most. As you start getting older, like around, I don't know, 6th grade, then people, maybe half the group is raising their hand. High schoolers hardly raise their hands at all, I found. And then I don't know whether it's like arthritis of the hand-raising joint or something, but yeah, it's just a little bit less hand-raising. So, last questions I can take. Okay, great then. And another question I had over here was, I'm wondering what you would suggest to teachers about meeting students where they are. How do we go about finding what ways our kids learn best and then tailoring our instruction to channel those strengths? How do you do this when you teach via video conferencing? Oh, that was the question that I answered earlier. I just didn't see the top part. I would say finding out ways that students learn best, you really need to talk with students, you really need to understand that, and I think it's good to hear more kids' eye views because it allows you to understand, to see the world through students' eyes. Well, thank you everybody, and I'm going to be wrapping up here. Remember, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to be donating a penny to the Haiti relief effort, and also I will be having a book signing and doing an interactive video conferencing sandbox, so thank you. Thank you.
Good job. We'll see you later on,
Great,
okay?
see you.
Well, folks, thanks so much. I hope you enjoy your conference as I see everyone pouring out the door. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.